Hello and welcome to the Hades 2 32 Fear Underworld series, where we're clearing Hades 2 at 32 Fear with every aspect of every weapon in the Underworld. And today, I think let's do a Revaal build, and I think let's do Aspect of Persephone. Aspect of Persephone can be a lot of fun, but I'll be honest, this was probably my least favorite aspect for a long time until I kind of figured out how it actually worked. So let's go into it. Your Omega Special is Sprouted and lets you change direction. Boons start with a random level increase. At rank 5, the max random bonus level for boons can be +6. Now, the sprouted part of this, that's what really matters. So sprouted effect. Damaging effects from Olympians make this last up to +2 seconds when next you use it. This one's a little bit hard to explain. It's sort of like the regular Revaal Millennium aspect. You're still throwing your skulls, you're retrieving them with your specials. Your Mega Attack fires the kind of massive skull. But your Omega Special will turn you into this floating skull. And when you fire it, you can actually kind of move around and fly around with it. And the more damage you deal, like the more Olympian effects that you have dealing damage, the more this little gauge in the corner here will light up. And when that's full, you will get an extra 2 seconds to the duration of that. And during that duration, you are invincible. So there's a couple ways to kind of do this. We can do a tank build, we can do a survivability build, but I really do want to lean into that Sprouted Omega Special. And I think the best way to go about doing that is going to make use of Hestia. Now, there's a lot of ways we can go, but our attacks or our specials inflicting Scorch would basically allow us to deal damage with Olympian effects faster than anything else. We'll still be able to make use of things like Zeus with, say, Thunder Rush if we want, or Poseidon. You know, we can maybe get Wave Flourish. That would be good too. Zeus actually would be especially helpful if we can get Static Shock, because I do believe that counts as well, and it's a lot of rapid hits, same with Divine Vengeance. Like, Zeus is another really good way to do this. So we're probably going to go for both, and what we might actually end up doing is going for the Zeus-Hestia duo, although I don't really think that's super necessary. But the duo there, your Blitz effects also inflict Scorch whenever they deal damage. So when your Blitz effects trigger, it inflicts 160 points of Scorch damage. And basically, all I'm thinking we're going to do is just lean into doing as many Olympian damaging effects as we can so that we can be in that Sprouted Omega Special mode as often as possible. Another thing that I would like to consider doing is maybe going for a certain Hex. If we can get Darkside, there's perks you can get with Darkside where your special within Darkside actually gains the effects of whatever Olympian you have on them. Which means we can actually charge up our Sprouted Special while we're in Darkside. And if we do it right, we can get to a point where we use our Sprouted Special. As soon as it expires, we enter Darkside. We use Darkside to sprout up the charge up the Sprouted Special again, and then as soon as Darkside ends, we go back into the Sprouted Special. That may not quite work the way that I want it to, but that's what I'm thinking we're going to go for. So Arcana is going to be fairly important. This Sorceress, absolutely. Don't think we need the Swift Runner, but I think let's go for Wayward Son instead. The Furies, I don't think we're going to need. The Huntress might be okay, but we're not really too worried about our weapon damage as much as we are the Olympian effects. So maybe the Furies is more viable, but we can't use our casts while in our Sprouted Special, so that one's kind of a crapshoot. I'm going to take the Unseen, want to make sure that we're charging up our magic as much as we can, which will also give us the Moon, which will help with Darkside. Lovers should be good. Origination is an absolute must, because we're going to be going for both Blitz and Scorch if we can, and that's going to really help. Death should be good. I don't think we're going to need too many Fates. And Divinity would be great, especially with the bonus levels on the boon, but because we have the bonus levels on the boon, we'll still get some pretty high damaging effects, even if we don't have Divinity. Now, on the other hand, we could say, I think I actually just did this, but we could actually turn off the Wayward Son to trigger the Swift Runner to get Divinity. And you know what? That might actually be worth it. So let's do that. Why not? There. Okay, so that's our Arcana. Let's start with Hestia. So we'll take the Everlasting Ember. Let's see. We could go with Rocky for the crit chance, but I think more important would actually be maybe some bonus max magic from Hecuba. Could be. Could be. Yeah, let's just go with Hecuba for fun. Okay. Now, for our fear, Wards is pretty easy. We can turn that all the way up. Don't think we're going to need to worry too much about grit or pain instead. And I think this is actually maybe good. We could probably, yeah, stick with Hubris since we do have Hecuba. And honestly, yeah, what we've got here for our fear is actually good. So Wards 2, Return 2, Fangs 2, Menace 2, Debt 2, Scars 2, Time 2, Hubris 2, Shadow 1, Hordes 1, and Rivals 3. And with that, I think we're good to go. So let's go do an Underworld run.
I'll make this count.
And see how we do.
Cinder there, don't you? Not a flashy substance, but it's strong, good source of flame. Most gods and mortals only care for shiny baubles and the like, but some of you witches rather know your stuff.
Flame Strike, lovely. I'll absolutely take that. Yeah, that's a good way of inflicting a lot of Scorch. And you can kind of see in the bottom corner there next to our health that as that Scorch ticks down, the lights are going to charge up. And as that charges, I can now use my Omega Special, and it will last significantly longer. Okay, let's go for Chaos. Why not?
Beautiful.
Changing in a way. The particles that form us die and are reborn. From my observance of your relatives and their unusual custom, I have attempted to extrapolate a form more suitable to them, and perhaps you.
Okay, cast steal bonus damage, attack steal bonus damage, or, you know what, Expiring Creation's not bad, because we could maybe go for some infusion boons. I don't really know. No, let's do one reroll on this.
Let's do it.
Special damage, sprint speed, or cast damage. We could do the special damage. It will help with our Omegas. It just means that we can't really use the Sprouted Special for a little bit, but that's okay. We'll be focusing on Scorch for the first little bit anyway.
Let's see how this goes.
Got up a jelly there. Nice. Yeah, no, Scorch is plenty for now. Selene, absolutely. Let's see if we can get Dark Side. Another thing we could go for is Rapture Ring from Aphrodite, which is also an Olympian effect that deals damage quite rapidly. And we could then go for the duo between Hestia and Aphrodite, where the Scorch effects do not decay while they're weak afflicted.
Our light never goes out. A new moon always rises.
That would also work well with the Furies. Does not look like we're getting... Dang it. Okay. Well, in that case... Total Eclipse, I guess. Yeah, I'll go for the God Sent one. Not too concerned about it, but... That's not what I was hoping for. Another thing we could go for with Aphrodite is ooh, okay, now this is a tough choice. Zeus is fantastic, but so is Demeter. Because things like Frigid Rush, 4 damage every quarter second, that's Olympian effect damage. Same with Arctic Ring. Same with Arctic Gale. But Zeus has more that he can offer. I mean, Storm Ring as well, every 0.35 seconds, not every quarter second, but Same with Thunder Rush, Static Shock, Divine Vengeance, Double Strike would help with that as well. I think Zeus is more important. Yeah, let's go for Zeus. I did kind of want both, but
Especially for me.
Zeus is more important. Oh, come on, no. Ah.
Pathetic.
Ah. Pathetic indeed. Me, not him.
Mindless wretch.
Word reached me there are these ancient passageways that have begun appearing on our surface, which purportedly lead to the depths of chaos. All the way from here. Your sorcery at work, I trust, or old alliances.
Stormring, Static Shock, Divine Vengeance. I think let's go with Static Shock. That will give us more Olympian effects than anything else. Oof. Apollo... Apollo's not ideal for this. I'm going to reroll that. Daedalus is good. And after this encounter, I'll be able to use my Sprouted Specials again.
Must have been my chaos spoon just then.
Okay, Volatile Array, Rapid Driver. I think that's the one we want there. If I'm not mistaken, that actually lets us charge up our Omega Special. Yep, significantly faster as well. There we go. Okay, can't afford anything from the shop, so let's just check Hermes. Oh, Fountain Chamber, lovely.
You need a lift, because I've got one. 3, in fact.
And let's see. You know what? Quick Buck is good to get early on. Let's just take it.
Okay.
Let's check. Get the bonus max life.
Thank the fates.
Oh, hello.
What say we make a little deal if you've got the coin?
Well, I might now. It's okay, but nah, I don't need
Don't
it.
have enough, do you?
Yeah, and as you can see, within just a few seconds, we're already almost fully charged. Oh, well, good enough there, yep. Now, I just gotta get something on our special. Thunder Flourish would be, or sorry, Heaven Flourish would be, I think, ideal. And then we'll be laughing. Scorch do its job, let the Static Shock melt him down, and there we go, and go. Lovely. Okay, let's check the shops. There's some Hestia and Zeus spoons that I'd like to get if we can. Well, dang. Could've got a free palm. Let's gamble. Let's see what it is.
Get to work.
Okay. Volcanic Fleur, Smithy Rush, Molten Touch. You know what? Molten Touch is fine. We'll take that. And I guess I'll take the palm too. Flame Strike. Okay.
Never get enough of those.
Hold. The pleasantries can wait until we reunite at the crossroads and on.
Oh, jeez, terrible.
Fire.
Scorch do its job, and... Okay. that was terrible.
Need shells.
Okay. Oof, okay. Desperately wish I had something for our special here, but... Oh, what did I do that for? I think I thought I had a different X. There we go, we're good.
Well fought. Return to Shadow now.
Okay. Well, we're still not off to a bad start, despite the fact that I've lost a Death Defiance and almost a second one.
And I shall be waiting at the house.
But I'm going to take the Cloud Bangle, see if we can get Heaven Flourish. Because I do think that that would probably be the thing that helps us the most here.
Closer to Tartarus.
We could maybe go for air quality. Just for static shock, but I don't really know if it's necessary if that's the only thing it's going to hit. It is nice that that just gives you complete invincibility as you rip through crowds of enemies. And just recharged. Okay, still no Cloud Bangle. Okay, let's take the Nectar instead. Oh, Baldur's my favorite.
Nectar.
Ooh, you know what? Let's pay Narcissus a visit. Let's see what he can offer us.
Yeah, that's... Hey there. I had plenty of suitors that said they wanted to be friends, but they were still in love with me. I had to cut them off. How come it's harder to be friends than be in love, you know?
Perhaps because when it comes to feelings of infatuation, it takes effort to banish them, not to have them. But cultivating friendships, that takes work.
I guess. I used to think I didn't need friends since I don't get lonely, but like, it's nice sometimes having somebody else to talk to about stuff. Like Echo, and like you.
Okay, maybe Mixed Blessings? Yeah, that probably makes the most sense. Let's just do that.
I guess.
What do we got? Oh, Hera. You know, not bad, actually.
Son Hephaestus thinks I can be rather too unkind. Perhaps he's right. What, you think my mother showered me with love? Neither you yours. This is a harsh world, girl. No one asks to be born into it.
Okay, I'll be honest, I was kind of hoping for, Nexus Rush. And I think we might just re-roll for it. Yeah, let's do it.
Sure, why not?
There we go, Nexus Rush. And there's Zeus. Okay, let's see if we can get, Heaven Flourish. Ah. There we go.
In the name of Hades.
Heaven Flourish. Yep.
Indeed.
There we go. Okay, now we've got a plethora of different boons, all inflicting Olympian effects. I think let's go for some more Zeus. Let's see if we can get Divine Vengeance, maybe? Or maybe even Double Strike. Oh, nasty. Okay. Let's just keep doing our thing. Here we go. Oh, what? Ah, bugger. Okay.
Terrifying.
How to gain Electric Overload and Power Surge. Reroll that. Thunder Rush, Ionic gain Electric Overload. One more reroll.
Worth the risk.
Air Quality, Arc Flash, Double Strike. There we go. That's better. I guess we're going with magic. Probably a good idea. We're priming quite a bit. Hermes.
Mourners.
I can't dash. Ah. Ah.
Hear me on my authority.
Nature Boost Taste Your Racing Thoughts. There we go. Perfect.
I accept this gift.
Nah. Let's check the shop. But healing's good, and so Selene. Yeah, we'll take both of those.
The path of stars.
I could get all the way to the Godsent, Hearth of Hestia. I could actually get one of these as well. After using the Hex, the foe's target area take plus 30%. Your next Hex charges up. Huh. Hex creates 3 smaller blasts. Let's definitely go for Hearth of Hestia. Maybe Consequence? Sure. There. Okay.
Ooh, you know we're on a hot streak when our fans keep coming back.
Oh, stupid. Oh, I think I caught that just in time. Let's just get out of here. No, good. Good, good. And ready. Now. There we go. Yeah! And again. And again. And again. That was fun. Oh, that was good. I liked that. Yeah, that Hearth of Hestia is perfect for this build.
I'd best switch keepsakes there.
Oh, ouch. Okay. Okay, well, with that in mind, I don't really know what else we need at this point. A couple extra Hestia boons would be great. I especially want to see if we can get, is it called which one is it? Flash Fry? I don't use Hestia a lot, so it's nope. Pyrotechnique. Scorch effects deal damage faster. I definitely want to get that. Because Scorch can be fairly slow.
Maybe I should switch.
Let's go for the Icarus Hammer. Let's see.
Excellent.
Looming Ignition. Your attacks gain plus 50% damage and blast size. Okay, well, that's alright.
Closer now.
Figured it was worth a try to see what we could find. Alright.
Flourish. Greater focus.
Alright, where to? Over here. Okay. Nice, double strike in the bomb, that's good. Ah. Heaven Flourish, absolutely.
Could get going now.
Zeus. There's a few things Zeus could be good for, but I want to see if maybe we can get Hestia instead, so let's just take the other chamber.
Flourish.
Alright. Ooh. Echo, let's see.
You're not alone. You're not alone. Not alone. Not alone.
Ooh, now Pom 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 might actually be especially beneficial right now. It would just give us more Scorch. From level 5 to level 10, that would be kind of insane. Let's do it.
For me,
145 Scorch damage per hit now. Yep, that's good. Let's go for Daedalus.
this corruption.
Let's just activate this now while I think to. There we go. There we go. Alright, let's grab the Obel next, since it seems to be furthest away. Ah. Come on. There we go. And finish up with the Daedalus Hammer. Well, I thought I had him scorched enough. I guess not. Come on. Bolstered array, fetching array. Ooh. Now, Colossus Driver... Colossus Driver would be really good. Yeah, let's do that. And ignore the boulder. Oh, come on. Ah, I always forget. You can't dash through the thorns. You can dash through like, walls. But apparently not that one. Blech. How do I get out of here? Sometimes I hate the fields of morning. Way over here. Okay. That's the wall you can dash through. Don't need Festus. Let's just go for the shop. Maybe we can get Hestia.
Good evening, Boatman.
Yes.
Olympus, I accept this message.
Cardio gain snuff candle, pyrotechnique. There we go. There we go. Okay. Moving on. This fight will actually be fairly easy. Because all we need to do is inflict our effects, and then we can use our Omega Special to avoid whatever damage he would try to inflict on us. We can time it properly. There we go. Oh, that wasn't good. We have the lovers. Had, I should say. There we go. Now we'll have room to move around, and this should be a lot easier. Scorch will do its job. Go. And ready now. Ah, okay, that was a bad hit. Got him. Sure is handy when you have a way of just becoming invincible.
Beast. All that preceded merely was a treat.
Oh. Made it.
Okay, what do we want for the last region here? You know what, I think... What do we want? What do we want? I think let's go for the knuckle bones.
The bones.
Why not?
Here goes.
Take out a little bit of Cronus' health.
Ever-shifting chambers. Realign.
Whatever it takes to ensure time flows freely from here on.
I think the biggest thing is you don't necessarily want to focus too heavily on inflicting Scorch on one enemy. You want as many as you can Scorched, because that's the fastest way that you're going to actually charge up your Sprouted Special. Ooh. It wouldn't be funny if we got Old Grudge along with the Knucklebones.
Father.
It may be best to keep your distance there, or rather for that dog. Although, the Witch of the Crossroads, she once had a hound much like that one.
Then this must be the very same. She's called Hecuba, and I'm certain she'll be respectful both to you and Cerberus. Besides, they already met in the fields.
A creature possessed of loyalty and courage, then. A quite uncommon combination, whether in beasts or otherwise. Be on your best behavior with her, Cerberus.
Deep descent, Gygaros dash last gasp. We don't want fewer reinforcements, we want more. The more reinforcements he has, the more things we can scorch, and the faster we can charge up our sprout. Let's just do last gasp.
Very well.
Who's left? Must have burned down and respawned at the Revenant. That's odd. It was stuck in the wall.
All done.
We could go for Zeus. We don't really need any more though. We've got everything we need. This isn't going to be a very strong build, but it should be a fairly safe one, assuming I don't do anything stupid. Very much a possibility. A nice hammer that actually works with this is Wide Grin, because you can just fire all your shells in a spread pattern, which lets you hit multiple enemies with Scorch all at once, which does a lot to charge them up real fast. Oh, that's good to know. Apparently you can float right through those time-stopping bubbles if you are in your sprouted special. Oh, really? I took that hit? Okay. My initial thought regarding this build was actually to put Hestia on special, as opposed to the attack. For the Jeez. For the simple reason that you can inflict Scorch while you're in your sprouted special, and then when you come back, everything that you've hit will just charge it right back up again. But it didn't work as well as I wanted it to when I first was trying that. You know what? Static Shock.
Right.
Okay, I think we should be fine.
Hello and goodbye.
Refreshing.
We meet again, my girl. Once more you have eluded my grasp in getting here, as though you wish to fall only to me.
Ah.
Preposterous.
Whoop, okay. Okay, good.
Time to die.
Yeah, okay then.
Be gone now from my sight.
wait for a second here. There we go, that's what I was waiting for. Come on, bring them all in. As many as you can. There we go. Good enough. And we're good. Yeah, done.
You truly are a nuisance, to be sure. But you accomplish naught. May time flow freely forth. How is this possible?
For my mother.
And there we go. It's an okay build. It's fun. Not exactly my favorite, but it works. As soon as you can kind of figure out how that sprouted special, the Omega special sprouted thing works, there's a lot you can do with this to make it really, really fun. The biggest thing to note about it, though, is that its damaging effects from Olympians charges it up. So if you take something like Flutter Strike, my understanding is that does not count, because that is a benefit to your weapon damage, not an Olympian effect. Things like Scorch, things like Lightning Bolts, things like Static Shock, things like Arctic Gale or Poseidon Splash effects, those all work. I believe Support Fire from Artemis works. Basically anything that is not a direct source of damage from your weapon, but instead from an Olympian effect like a Curse, that will charge it up. And the more rapidly it hits, the better. It's not necessarily about the amount of damage it deals, to my knowledge. Please correct me if I'm wrong on that. Again, I'm not super practiced with this aspect, but it's not so much the amount of damage the effect deals, it's about how rapidly it hits and how many enemies you're hitting with it. That's why I really like Scorch. I cannot tell you how much I wish that Dionysus was still a core Olympian in this game because of this weapon. Boons like, I believe it's Peer Pressure, where your hangover effects spread to other nearby foes. Normally that boon would be terrible, because it's such a low source of hangover damage that it actually makes it worse than if you just inflicted it normally. But with something like this, where you inflict hangover on one enemy, and then it spreads to others, that would be fantastic. I don't really think there's anything quite like that in this game. I may be wrong. I may need to look into that a little bit more. So I'm going to do a bit more research with this before we try a surface run with it. But from what I've seen, Scorch is the way to go. And then getting an extra Olympian effect like Heaven Flourish on your special is great. Wave Flourish works really well as well. If anything, it maybe even works a little bit better because it triggers the Olympian effect more rapidly. Blitz only triggers when they take 120 damage or after 4 seconds. But it's still worth getting, especially if you can get the other Zeus boons that can do rapid hits like Static Shock, Double Strike, Divine Vengeance, Thunder Rush, Thunder Ring, Storm Ring. There's so many different ways that you can go with Zeus boons that I would say are more effective than Poseidon, that if I'm offered one or the other, I'm going to go with Zeus. But I do think that Wave Flourish is arguably a little more effective in this situation than Heaven Flourish. However, it would also open the door to the Hestia Zeus duo, which is nice, but also not as important as Flame Strike. So, yeah. Basically, your idea is you want to charge up your Sprouted Special and then use it as much as you can to just kind of, strategically, but use it as much as you can to avoid damage and just keep yourself alive and do massive damage. So I would say that the only things that are strictly necessary with this is... What do we actually get? Hearth of Hestia, that's nice. Yeah, Flame Strike with Aspect of Persephone. An extra source of damage from Zeus. I would say Static Shock is probably one of the better ones because it hits so many enemies so rapidly. And something on your special as well. I would prefer Wave Flourish. Heaven Flourish is good. You can also do this. I would actually arguably say Pyrotechnique is pretty useful as well. You can actually do this with Flame Flourish instead of Heaven Flourish. But like I said, it kind of doesn't work as well as I thought it would. And maybe that's just because I didn't really get a very good run going when I did it with that attempt. But yeah, Flame Strike is plenty good. I do want to try this run again with Darkside, especially with the perk that gives the effect of your special boon on your special in Darkside, because that with Flame Flourish is incredibly helpful. And if you can find ways of charging up your Hex as fast as possible, that becomes an insanely powerful invincibility build, basically. But that is going to do it for our Persephone build, our first one anyway, in the Underworld. So we'll be back to do this one on the surface at some point. So thanks for tuning in, and I'll catch you next time.